Today we're exploring the stunning city of Athens. This historic city and capital of Greece is considered to be the birthplace of Western civilization, and you'll see what makes it so special even today in this video. Here are the top 10 things to do to discover Athens in all its glory. 10. See the Acropolis. You know when people talk about must-see sites? This is it. If you're in Athens, you can't skip the Acropolis. The Acropolis is like this ancient rock star sitting right in the middle of modern Athens. Seriously, it's been around for about 2,500 years, and it's the stuff of dreams. So, why should you go? Well, for starters, the things you'll see here are mind-blowing. These monuments, they're like the superheroes of Greek architecture. Take the Parthenon, for example. It's this temple dedicated to Athena, and let me tell you, it's perfection in stone. Some folks even call it the ultimate Doric masterpiece. And right nearby is the Acropolis Museum. It's like a treasure trove of all the amazing things they've found around here. This is definitely worth a visit. 9. Visit Monaki Square. Monaki Square is like the heart of Athens, and you really can't miss it. What's amazing about this place is that it's like a history lesson in one glance. You've got all these different kinds of buildings from different times, all jumbled up together. From here, you can get to the ancient Agora, the Hadrian Library, the Gate of Athena Archigetis, and the Roman Agora. And looming over it all, the mighty Acropolis. Plus, there's this mosque, the Tsistarakis Mosque, that's been here since 1759. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. You've got fruit sellers rubbing shoulders with office types rushing out of the metro. And then there are the tourists looking a bit lost but soaking it all in. It's like a mini city within a city. And the streets that branch off from here? They're like little side adventures waiting to happen. So, if you're exploring Athens with friends, this square is the perfect spot to start your journey. 8. Browse through Athens Flea Market. This bustling flea market that branches off from Monaki Square is like a treasure trove of all sorts of goodies. As you wander through the market, you'll stumble upon a mishmash of items from vintage furniture to old books, shiny silverware to unique jewelry, and even quirky things like broken instruments and vintage cameras. Seriously, there's something for everyone here. Sure, you'll pass by some typical touristy shops at first with their knockoff t-shirts and sneakers, but keep going and you'll uncover the real gems. The flea market really kicks into high gear on Sunday mornings, when vendors spill out onto the streets with their makeshift stalls. And hey, if you need a break from all the browsing, there are a few cafes where you can sit outside, sip on a cold drink, and watch the excitement unfold as fellow treasure hunters scour the market. 7. Visit Mini Mykonos. Anaphiatica is this super cute neighborhood snuggled up on a hillside right by the Acropolis. It feels like stepping back in time, like time just froze ages ago. People call it the Mykonos of Athens, which might be a bit of a stretch, but hey, it's still a great spot to check out in Athens. Back in the 19th century, builders from Anafi, a little island in the Cyclades, came over to work on King Otto's palace. And when they settled here, they brought a piece of Anafi with them, creating Anaphiatica. I guess they were homesick. If you're into snapping photos, Anaphiatica is a gold mine. These whitewashed buildings are like a maze, all kept spick and span despite being really old. Finding your way there can be a bit tricky, but trust me, keep on walking and you'll find it, and it's totally worth it. 6. Swim in a thermal lake. Lake Vouliagmeni is this incredible spot that both tourists and locals love. It's like this natural spa lake, just a quick 20-minute drive from downtown Athens, right on the Athenian Riviera. If you want to relax and unwind, this is the place to be. The water in the lake stays warm all year round, like a cozy bathtub, around 28 to 35 degrees Celsius, perfect for a relaxing swim. Here's the fun part. There are these little fish, kind of like those fish you see in foot spas. They're called doctor fish, and they give you a free pedicure. They swim around in the shallow parts, waiting for some foot action. You can easily spend a whole day here. 5. Run a lap in the Olympic Stadium. The Panathenaic Stadium isn't just some old monument in Athens. It's actually a big part of what makes the city tick today. It was built way back in the 4th century and then got spruced up for the first modern Olympic Games back in 1896. And get this, it's the only stadium on the whole planet made entirely out of marble. This place can seat a whopping 70,000 folks, and every year it's where the Athens Marathon wraps up. If you spend some time here, you can get an audio tour and access to this cool little exhibit about the modern Olympics. I mean, where else can you see all the torches from past Olympic Games? And to reach the exhibit, you stroll through this tunnel that leads right off the track. You can almost imagine the cheers of athletes from days gone by echoing through there. Now, if you're up for something really different in Athens, you really have to try this Olympic workout. 4. Head to Plaka. Plaka is like the fairy tale neighborhood of Athens. It's got this old world charm that just sweeps you off your feet. Most of this area doesn't even allow cars, so it's all about strolling around, soaking up the vibe. It's perched right on the hillside of the Acropolis, and those winding streets, they're like a time machine. Seriously, if you tuck your phone away for a bit, you could easily believe you've gone back a century. They call it the neighborhood of the gods. It's that ancient. Plaka kind of fans out from these two main streets, Kita the Neon and Adrianou. And hey, it's not just about the streets and buildings. Plaka's got some great spots to duck into, like the Children's Museum, the Music Museum, the Greek Folk Art Museum, and the Jewish Museum. So, if you're up for some indoor exploring, those are worth checking out. But let's talk about the star of the show, the Plaka Stairs. These colorful steps are where the action's at, especially in the evenings. Folks gather here for drinks, chats, and live music. It's like a little party on the steps. 3. Go to the Temple of Poseidon. The Temple of Poseidon is an epic stop for anyone who's into Greek myths. Tucked away at Sunyon, it's dedicated to none other than Poseidon himself, the god of the oceans. This marble marvel sits atop Cape Sunio, standing tall at about 60 meters above sea level. Back in the day, ancient Athenians built it to pay their respects to Poseidon and ask for safe journeys at sea. Now, all that's left are these majestic columns that look absolutely stunning, especially against a Greek sunset. Just a heads up though, it's not right around the corner from the city center. You might need to hop on a bus or two to get there if you don't have wheels of your own. But trust me, it's totally worth the trip. 2. Head to Onasis STY. This isn't your average cultural hub in Athens. It's like this melting pot where contemporary culture, art, and science come together in one awesome space. So, why check it out? Well, imagine this vibrant spot buzzing with all sorts of cultural happenings, from theater plays and dance performances to concerts, film screenings, and art exhibitions. They've got it all. Plus, it's a hotspot for up-and-coming Greek artists to strut their stuff, while also drawing big names from around the world like Marina Abramovich and John Malkovich. And here's a bonus. Their restaurant on the top floor serves up not just delicious food, but also a killer view. Think Acropolis, Philopappos Monument, Lycabettus, and the Saronic Gulf all laid out before you. Trust me. It's a sight you won't want to miss. Eat at a Greek taverna. For a taste of authentic Greek cuisine in Athens, you've got to hunt down a proper taverna. And here's a little insider tip. Follow where the locals are chowing down. Saras Taverna is a classic, serving up delicious dishes since way back in 1898. Or head over to Diogenes, right in Lysikratou Square for another fantastic option. And if you're up for something different, try Saita Taverna and make sure to order their famous bacalhau or fried codfish. Now here's a unique experience you won't want to miss. Check out a Kotoukia, which are these cozy underground tavernas. One of the oldest and most authentic ones in Athens is Diporto, tucked away in a basement on Socrates Street. These places have all the charm you'd expect from a traditional taverna. Think wine barrels decorating the walls, a laid-back atmosphere, and hearty Greek dishes like fava beans and anchovies. I hope that this video has given you a taste of why Athens is one of the most stunning cities in the world, and given you some ideas on what to do during your time here. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe for more travel tips and inspiration.